Hey everyone, I'm DT10 and in this video I'll be reviewing and showcasing the new Dalek mod for 1.16.5. This is over a year and a half in the making. I mean, when it started, the latest Minecraft version was 1.15, and now we almost have 1.19. So I'd like to say a huge thank you and congratulations to Squid Team for sticking with this update for so long. Also, although I am referring to this as an update, this is actually a brand new mod. The entire thing has been rewritten since the 1.12 version, meaning I won't be able to cover all of the features in this one video. I'll simply do as many as I can. Anyway, with that out of the way, please consider subscribing and let's get on with the video. Before we get properly started though, can I just say, I absolutely love this title screen. It looks really, really good. And so here it is in all of its glory, and I'm super excited to get going. So if you didn't realize already, by the way, this is my first time experiencing the mod. The intro is actually recorded in vanilla ahead of time, mostly just so that I could try and beat Tebow 2 to release this, which I probably haven't. But anyway, let's get started. So I'm gonna start with all of the brand new Daleks. Now, some of these look quite similar, for example, the special weapons one. However, some look very different. For example, this molten Dalek I'm excited to have a look at. So here are some of them. There's 11 total. I've just got 9 right here. So the spawners actually do completely random Daleks. And then that hissing sound, I believe, is like gas. So if I go into survival mode, and yeah, so they've got smoke guns. And it also gives you slowness. And oh, that's a very cool effect. So I've just turned the sound down a little bit because that was very loud. But yeah, the designs of these look absolutely incredible. I really like these. So these are all the default Scaro ones, and Scaro doesn't actually exist in the mod yet, although they have said that they will be releasing it in a future update. And speaking of future updates, these updates will be far more frequent than what I think we're used to, especially as for this update at least, the mod has been stripped back quite a bit. Obviously, there's still loads and loads of stuff to go over, but what's really interesting about this is the new weapons mostly. I mean, the textures look incredible. I'm not sure how I feel about 2D bumps. I'm gonna be honest, I prefer the 3D ones, but you know, they look 3D from afar, so it's fine. But the main thing about this is the new weapon system. They don't all just have standard laser guns, and you look completely different. As I demonstrated, you get zapped with like an awesome blue effect thing, and they all have different guns. So another example, I believe, I think it's the molten Dalek spawners have like, I think it's like flames and stuff, I believe. Yeah, look at that. That looks incredible. So yeah, I think this has got to be one of the ones that I like the look of the most. This texture is incredible. It looks really cool. And another one that goes with this is the Nether Dalek. So this one can actually fly wherever it wants for, I believe, as long as it wants. And I believe this one has gas. So if we let this one shoot us, oh yeah, no, there's a lot of shooting. Oh dear. So I've given myself a couple more hearts and separated myself from the rest of the Daleks. Yeah, so this one doesn't have it, but I believe it's kind of random. If I spawn another one, yeah, look, this one looks completely different, and this one has the gas effect. So this one gives you poison 3, which I think is a bit harsh, but, you know, it's a Dalek. It's supposed to be lethal. Now, these particle effects, the custom ones, are absolutely incredible. I really like how they look. Then you've also got the advanced invasion one, and let's just have a couple of look at these. So these ones are very colorful. That's cool, and they've got a different light and stuff. Then you've got the classic Daleks. These look very cool, and they're very colorful as well, actually. I believe there's just these 2 colors. I mean, I'll spawn a couple more, but yeah, it looks like there's these 2 colors. Then you've got the Suicide Bomber Dalek. Now, these ones I remember from 1.12. They just explode completely randomly, and they are completely lethal. You can't light them or anything. They will just explode, and they do a lot more damage than a creeper. So if I just go into survival, yeah, it does give you a bit of a warning. That's actually quite interesting. I didn't really expect that, but it does give you a bit of like a hissing and then explodes. Then you've also got the advanced Scaro Dalek. Then you've got the Time War Daleks. These are the ones we know and love. Particularly these bronze ones are sort of the classic Dalek design. And yet these ones also fly, just like their Nether counterpart. And then you've also got the special weapons Dalek. I believe they actually do a charge attack now. Yeah, so you can see it just shaking a bit and making a bit of noise and then exploding. So that's very cool, but they do a lot of damage. And I'm also kind of noticing they don't blow themselves up as much. Because something I remember quite vividly from the 1.12 version is they would just blow themselves up. It was effectively a suicide mission, but they weren't those suicide Daleks. They'd just blow up such a big hole that they blow themselves up with it. That doesn't seem to be happening as much now. I don't know if it's because they have more health or not. I guess we'll have to see. Or I guess you have to find out for yourself, which you can do using the link I've put in the description. It takes you straight to the CurseForge download for this mod, and I'd highly recommend you try it out for yourself. I'll also leave leave the link to Swid Team's actual video on it. It's a very, very cool video, because yeah, this is just my opinions on this update. And I don't know if I'm missing something, but I can only count 10 Daleks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, maybe I'm just really stupid. I thought I did all of these. I guess not. Maybe I didn't do the Invasion Dalek. So anyway, we've got the Chocolate Dalek and the Invasion Dalek. I may as well do these two as well as we're here. Yeah, the chocolate ones are very, very cool. You got the different types of chocolate. I don't think they have a particularly unique attack. I assume it's like just the smoke one. Oh no, they're kind of like lasers. Oh, they are lasers. So lasers are still in it. That's cool to see. And then you've also got the Invasion ones. And these are the ones that I believe will just spawn in the overworld all over the place. And I don't know if that'll be changed in future ones, because the Invasion ones, I don't know, that makes the most sense to me. And I can't really remember, but I thought I heard it in the Swid Team video. Anyway, staying on the topic of mobs, we have got another 3. We have got the Cyberman, the Artron, and the Weeping Angel. And we'll start with the Cyberman. So in this version, at least, there aren't different types of Cybermen. It's just this one version. So I guess this is the one most people would know. It's kind of the more modern design, not anything like the Mondasian Cybermen or anything. And they do the pretty standard attack. You go here and they shoot you with a load of lasers. I'm surprised they're orange. I'd kind of expect them to be blue, but I guess it doesn't really matter. That's just me being fussy. Yeah, they do quite a lot of damage. I believe one does like 1 or 2 hearts. Then you've also got these, the Autons, and these are the plastic ones from the Christopher Eccleston era. They are very, very similar, I believe, to how they were in the 1.12 version. And yeah, their arms open up and they've got the laser gun. Again, black is an interesting choice. Wow, though, those lasers do a lot more knockback than I was expecting. So these don't do quite as much damage. Yeah, they do 1 heart each consistently. I don't know if I just had a lot of Cybermen last time. It might have been the same for the Cybermen. But yeah, they knock you back very far. You can't get anywhere near them if there's a large quantity of them. And we'll come back to these guys later, because there's also a structure that goes with them. But then we've also got the Weeping Angels, and these work how you'd expect them to. I believe the texture looks like it's the same every time. But yeah, you look at them and then you look away. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Wait, what's happening? What am I being hit by? As I was saying, you turn around. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. So you turn away and you turn back and they've moved. And these things are also completely immortal. You can't do any damage to them while they're in this form. And doing a bit of testing, it seems far, far more reliable. In 1.12, you should sort of turn around and sometimes they'd be moving still. But I think in this one, it looks a lot more reliable. So yeah, 3 very, very cool mobs. And I know they said there's a lot more to come. There's not just going to be these 4 mobs, including Daleks in the mod. There's a lot more to come and I'm super, super excited for it. But they are all the mobs we've got for now. Oh yeah, and I didn't really mention much about what they drop. So the Daleks drop Dalekanium ingots sometimes, and they also drop this, a raw Dalek mutant, which you can cook and eat. I kind of find this a bit disturbing. I don't think I'm going to be eating much of this myself. But, you know, then you've also got a load of different stuff. You've got the raw waffles and the cooked waffles, the cookies, the cupcakes, all the burgers, all that kind of stuff. And they're all accessible via the foodstuffs menu. Something important about this as well is a lot of the stuff has been put over to the vanilla tabs. So, for example, all the mob spawning stuff and all the items are all in miscellaneous. And a lot of the building blocks, I think, yeah, a lot of the building blocks are in here as well. And we'll go over these in just a second. There's only actually 2 Dalek mod specific tabs, and that is TARDIS, which is all the TARDIS stuff, and the clothing. So we'll go over this next. So first of all, we've got the fez, and this is purely cosmetic and it looks very, very cool. I really like it. Then you've got the gas mask. So this gives you infinite blindness as you're wearing it, so you can't see very far. But it also gives you an achievement called Are You My Mummy? And it also protects you from the gas attacks from those Daleks that we mentioned earlier. Then you've got the 3D glasses. I believe these are also purely cosmetic. I don't believe they give you any advantage or anything. Same with the black glasses. I don't think these do anything apart from look cool. Although they aren't above my eyes. That's really strange. To be fair, my eyes aren't in the normal place for a Minecraft skin, so it's hardly surprising. And then we've also got the Dalek eye stalk. And again, this is very... Oh, I was not expecting that. Wow, that's a very, very cool item. I did not think it would do that. So, we did get an advancement earlier, and there is a whole new advancement system in the mod. We have got the Dalek mod advancement, that's the main one. We have got the advanced redstone advancement, which is all the electronic stuff. We've got the smelting one, which is... Oh, I haven't actually looked at the names of these. These are very, very clever. So, we'll be coming back to all the blocks and stuff, particularly the steel. I believe that's quite important. Steel and plastic in this mod are particularly important, or this version at least. Then, you've got loads of other ones, killing a Dalek, collecting a bottle, shuttle, a load of TARDIS advancements and stuff. Again, we'll get onto the TARDIS later. Right, so next up, I'd like to move on to world generation, and there are a couple of structures added to this that naturally generate. So the first one is the Artron dungeon. So this looks a lot like the thing we saw in the Christopher Eccleston Artron episode, where it was like that thing underground, and you had the oh, I've completely forgotten what it's called now. I'll put it up on screen now. You know, the hive mind thing, all the lava and molten stuff in the middle. And here you can find steel beams, blocks of weak steel. That's quite interesting. So there's different types of steel. Then you also get rusted steel now. So steel actually rusty. Yeah, sorry, we'll come back to this in a second. Then you've also got steel grate and stuff, and a spawner for these Autons down here. So these can just be found randomly anywhere in the world, although for the purpose of this video, I just did a /locate command. And next up, we'll inspect some of the meteorites. So according to my locate command, there are 3 different types of meteorites, and this is the first. And I believe they're just pretty similar, so I'm not going to go over all of them. But you've got lots of different blocks here. You've got anorthosite, you've got meteorite, that's pretty expected, and you've got stone and magma and stuff. Now I believe you can also find, you can also find some ores in here. So you've got sonic crystal ore. Is there anything else? I guess this is a sonic crystal ore one. But obviously, as you can see, these things are insanely overpowered. Like, I don't know if they change what ore they have inside them each time, but this is a lot of sonic crystal. So this is meteorite 2. It's very similar. It's got some coal on the outside as well. I think there was some on the other one, I just missed it. And this gives you cinnabrite ore. So this is a very, very good source of this stuff. And these sounds are very satisfying, by the way. I believe it's like the basalt sound that it's using for this. And I assume meteorite 3 also gives you a different type of ore. Yeah, this one drops Zyton. So these are 3 ores you can find inside of these crystals. And if you find, these meteorites. And if you find one of these meteorites, it will be insanely overpowered if you're looking for this particular type of ore. Now, I was quite lucky to find 2 very close to each other, but these are relatively spread out across the world. I mean, this is quite a lucky thing, but I don't really know what the average sort of distance is, but it looked to be like 400 or 500 blocks in most cases. Anyway, that's all the structures added in this update. Now, let's move on to the blocks. So, first of all, you've got a load of blocks from classic Minecraft. So, you've got the actual lava block, which doesn't actually burn you. I guess this is accurate, I'm not really sure. You also can't destroy it. You need to, like, place a block in its path. Then, yeah, you've got moss stone, which is nowadays mossy cobblestone, old TNT, and yeah, this ignites as soon as you destroy it. And does it have the old sound? Oh, it doesn't. That's actually quite interesting. I'm kind of surprised it doesn't have the old sound. Maybe that's a future thing. And then we've also got the old blocks of gold and iron. Yeah, I definitely don't miss these textures. Then we've got a load of different wool types and stuff, the old wool. And we've got the old textures, like pre-1.14 textures and stuff. In fact, there's loads and loads of stuff. I'll just show you the creative inventory. Pretty much all of this is from the older version. So you've got the grass block, stone, cobblestone, old bricks, the older grass block, because there's stuff from like Imp Dev and stuff, all the old wood, sand, gravel. Yeah, there's absolutely loads and loads of stuff. So next up, you've got all the different types of Dalekanium. So you've got normal Dalekanium, which has its block embolized, and then its sheet wall variant. To be honest, this kind of just looks like a quartz pillar. I definitely use this in a pillar in some sort of build. That's a very cool block. Then you've got the same for refined Dalekanium, and you've got the same for pure Dalekanium. So obviously they look particularly different. This looks more weathered in my opinion than that one. I'd probably use this one more in a build, but I absolutely love this one. I mean, they all look incredible, but this one in particular looks very sort of metallic, and I love that logo and stuff. Yeah, it looks really, really cool. Now, I'm not actually sure how you get any of these versions. I know the Daleks drop Dalekanium, but I was just looking on GEI and stuff, and there's no way that I can see to like actually, oh, nope, never mind. That makes a lot of sense. So you smelt Dalekanium ingots into refined Dalekanium ingots. So it won't actually let me click on the pure Dalekanium, so I'm not sure how you get your hands on that. And there's also not an ingot variant for this one. Then you've got Metaller, which was also in the other version as this stuff was. However, they've all got different textures. This is by far my favorite. That looks super, super cool. It's basically a red version of this one, which I absolutely love. Though obviously this stuff is really, really rare, or will be once Scar is added. Then you've got Dalekite, and then you've got refined Dalekite, pure Dalekite, and Metallite. And these kind of look like roundels to me, although I know they aren't. I'm not actually sure how you craft these. I'd quite like to know. It doesn't appear to have a crafting recipe. I'm not sure how reliable GEI is for this stuff. I suppose it can't show like all the crafting through the TARDIS and stuff. Now, for the rest of these, I'm pretty much just going to scroll through the inventory because there are so many. So first of all, you've got the different ores. Then you've got a load of cubes. I mean, you've got the Artron cube. You've got the block of Zyton, the block of brass. And then you've got clockwork and cheese and crystalline, all the sort of randomy stuff. Then you've got all of the steel variants. So first of all, you've got a block of steel. So if I quickly plug steel into the JI, look, there's a lot of this stuff. I mean, there's 2 pages worth. So you've got a block of steel, which is crafted from your steel ingots. I believe, yeah, you can craft, so you can smelt, iron into steel, which is actually a very clever idea. I'm pretty sure steel is an alloy, right? You need iron and something else. And then you've also got this, so you can use a stone cutter for all of this stuff. Then weak steel is, oh, that's clever. So this is effectively decorational steel, or at least that's what I'd use it for. So it costs less, and I guess it can't be used for as much, but it looks exactly the same. Then you've got steel grate. I love how all of this has crafting recipes, by the way. This is really, really cool. Then you've got steel beams. I assume these are going to be used in a future crystalline interior, like the 13th Doctor one. That's definitely the vibe it's giving me. Oh, and you've got stairs and slabs. That's brilliant. So then you've got rusted steel. I believe this sort of rusts over time. Then you've got steel panels, which look a lot like the the cut copper. Then you've got weak rusted steel and all the different variants of that. You've got stainless steel, which is crafted using honeycomb and steel ingots, kind of similar to waxing copper. A lot of this looks like it's from the sort of based around the copper stuff. Then you've got diamond plated steel. Okay, so that's quite interesting. This is all very new, the stainless steel stuff. I think that's what prevents it from rusting. So that looks very, very cool. Then you can stain your stainless steel. Yeah, using dyes. And the best bit about all of this is it all has a stair and a slab. And this is so helpful. This is basically textured concrete slabs and stairs, which is just beautiful in my opinion. Then you've got the different variants of the diamond plated stuff and the normal plated stuff. And then you've got a steel door, which is crafted just how you'd expect. Interesting that it does 3 instead of 1 like an iron door. Then you've actually got steel, all the steel tools, including a steel mace. And you've got all the stainless steel tools as well. Now, I don't think there's too much difference. It just adds a little bit more attack damage and they're a bit quicker if they're stainless. Then you've got all the roundels and various other stuff that comes with all this steel. Although I would just say to stop here as well, you've got scorched quartz. This looks very interesting. It's kind of a bit like a block of coal. I mean, if we compare the two, it kind of looks like it's a little bit less harsh, but it's quite similar. So this scorched quartz is created as you'd expect. You basically just smelt a block of quartz, and I believe it's probably the same with all this. Then you basically just use this scorched quartz to create all your other stuff. So yeah, that's very, very cool. And it's also, basically all of the new blocks have roundel variants, which is just insane. I mean, scrolling through all of the different roundels here is just crazy. There's so many, but we'll get to that once we cover the TARDIS in just a second. So moving on from the steel and the quartz and all of that stuff, you've then got plastic. So I said plastic was a key factor. Look at the ridiculous amount of blocks that comes with plastic. So this kind of is like very similar to the steel, but desaturated and with less texture. So if you search for stair now, there are so many, and I love it. They're so colorful. It's absolutely brilliant. We need something like this in vanilla Minecraft, because having colorful stairs and slabs is something I've wanted as a builder for absolutely ages, and it would just be amazing. Add vertical slabs while you're there as well. But yeah, so you've got loads and loads of plastic, and I believe this is probably just crafted with the plastic item. Yeah, so you've got a chunk of plastic which is crafted using, you get white plastic and then you can dye it and stuff. Yeah, it's all pretty standard. And then past that, you've got all your stuff from other planets basically. Now, I don't think any of the other planets are in the mod yet, other than like previous time travel versions, but you've got your meteorite, which we looked at earlier, and the same with the anorthosite, and then you've got dark stars. Now, this is confusing because apparently you can't get these normally. That's an interesting sound for an ore. And it's the same for this? Yeah, it is. Now, this block looks incredible. I love this. It looks very similar to a dark version of copper. And yeah, this just looks awesome. It's going to be amazing for building. But you can't actually get this in the world. And I'm curious as to see like how that's going to be implemented and stuff in a future update. So yeah, that's very, very exciting. Then you've got cinder soil and cinder grass blocks. I assume that's like the dirt and the grass of Skaro. And then you've got calatite. that sounds like a Khaled. I'm going to assume that's the stone of Skaro as well. This looks like a lot of Skaro stuff, sorry. Then you've got a load of stone brick variants. You've got a load of ores and stuff. And you've got Thalma logs. Yeah, that also looks like it's Skaro. And then, yeah, we covered the rest of this. That's pretty much all the blocks in this update. You then also got some items, mostly just the ingot variants of all of these. Silicon, steel. You've actually got liquid... Oh, this is quite interesting. I didn't actually know this was a thing. So this could potentially link to how you craft... Oh, so this is all to do with smithing tables. That makes a lot of sense. So is that how you turn stuff... I bet that's how you turn stuff pure. That makes a lot of sense. So that's how you can turn your tools into pure Dalekanium using this Dalekanium concentrate. Although I'm not quite sure how you can get your hands on some of this. Then you've also got liquid metaller, and you've got a vial of mercury. Then you've got cinnabar and bottled Artron energy. So I guess we'll move on to Artron energy next. And then you've got sonic emitter, redstone circuit. That's quite interesting. Is that not under redstone? I guess not. Oh, and you've got gears. Oh, this is so cool. So I'm not going to be able to cover a lot of this in this thing. Oh, wait. Teleport pad. Teleport receiver. Sorry, I want to use this right now. I'm getting so distracted, but I saw this in the video. So you can basically place that there, and then you can place this wherever you want. And then if you step on this pad, you get... Right? Or is it... Yeah, no, you crouch on it, I think. Like this? No? Or, oh, is it only one away? That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, that's amazing. I really, really like that. But yeah, back to all of this. Then you've got roundel molds and stuff. This is what you use to create a lot of roundels in... I can't quite remember what it's called. It might be like... There's a particular, basically a crafting table, but just for roundels. The roundel builder, that's it. So you need a stone cutter, a roundel mold, and then all of this stuff. Excuse me, I'm trying to speak here. And then you've got anti-radiation drugs. I guess this is very similar to the anti-radiation pills of 1.12. I can't actually use this, but I assume this is going to be like more important when we get to Skaro and stuff in a future update. And you've got a brass cog, a steel rod, and a teacup. And various other tea stuff. Now, you've got data modules here. Okay, so these data modules are all linked to your TARDIS and stuff. That's how you save your waypoints. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, I said we move on to Artron energy next, and it all kind of links in with the TARDIS. So I guess it's finally that time. It's time to move on to the TARDIS. So this Artron is very, very important because this is effectively your TARDIS fuel, because this is what you need to craft a TARDIS core, which is what you then need to craft an actual TARDIS. So this bottled Artron energy is what you need, and this Artron fuel tank effectively just creates Artron out of thin air. Now, I assume you put like a glass bottle in here, and then it sort of just fills it up as time goes on. Yeah, so look, there you go. So that creates all your Artron energy. And can you like put it in here for more? I don't really know quite how this works. And if you're wondering how this is crafted, it's actually kind of simple. You just need 5 steel, a bucket, and then some glass. And then you've also got these Artron cubes. These are actually really interesting. So they use the shroom-like sound, and they're ever so slightly transparent, but also have a full texture. So these are a very interesting block. And yeah, it uses all the shroom-like stuff. I'm not sure how I feel about the sound. I feel like it should maybe be more like the glass breaking sound. But I don't know, that's a very, very cool block. Anyway, it's finally that time. It's time to cover all of the TARDIS stuff. So to get your hands on a TARDIS in this version, you actually need to craft a TARDIS coral plant, which can take up to a real life hour to grow into an actual TARDIS. So to do this, you need your TARDIS core, which we mentioned earlier. You need an Artron cube. You need to kill the Wither. You need to get some dragon breath. So you actually need both bosses just for this one component, as well as some stone and iron bars. Then you've also got the TARDIS panels and the TARDIS base, along with some components. So the TARDIS panels are crafted using all the various types of panels and a rotor. So all of these have their individual crafting recipes. It's a really long like snake of crafting recipes. And the lever is actually kind of simple. You just need a redstone circuit for that, and then some cobblestone stuff. It's pretty similar to with the fast return lever. That's arguably even easier. Although the TARDIS panels is where this will get confusing, because all of this is quite simple, but it will take a while, because this is a very long drawn out process, and I actually really like it this way. It's a lot harder to get your hands on a TARDIS, and I think that makes a lot of sense. Then you've also got the TARDIS base, which needs your ARS. Oh, I believe this is the thing that changes your interiors. Then you need a scanner, and you need a fault locator. So this is crafted with a diamond and some electrical circuits, And then this is crafted with some more electrical circuits and some glass and stone. And then this is crafted with a chest and an Artron fuel tank. That's where this comes in. And the chest and electrical circuits and stone and stuff. Anyway, so let's say you finally get your hands on one of these. First of all, you get an awesome little like XP thing at the bottom. I didn't realize that. But the main event here is the TARDIS coral plant. So you can plant this and it will take a long time to grow. I can't be bothered to wait for this to grow. So let's say it's grown and you get this, your TARDIS. So instantly you've got this. So this is really, really clever. So you get to choose from your 3 different standard TT capsules. And then you can also cycle your skins to get different colors. So yeah, it's very customizable. And then you can confirm it. And then it gives you a TARDIS key, which is very, very cool. So you don't have to craft one, although you can craft one if you want to. The crafting recipe's here. You just need more Artron. Yeah, I did say this is very based around that. And then you can bind it and everything. You can lock it and unlock it and everything. And then that's an interesting way for the door to open. I wonder if it's different with this one. Oh, that's cool. They've all got different ones. And then if you shift right click, it can also open the other door. Obviously, if it's got 2 doors. And then you can walk in here. And that's really, really cool. That's some very cool sound design. So, welcome to the TARDIS. Short guide to understanding the TARDIS. How do I fly? So, these are all the basic controls. So, you get a full, like, tips thing. That's really, really cool. Okay, so this is the default TARDIS interior. Oh, you can open them individually. That's really cool. And the noise is very cool as well. So these are all the roundels. Sorry, I'm getting so distracted. These are quartz roundels. This is very based on like a classic interior. I actually really like this, particularly this design as a builder. That's a very cool use of stairs and slabs and stuff. Then you've got an animated glass rotor. Then you've got your controls and stuff. So this is your coordinate stuff. So this is very, very interactive. These TARDIS controls are absolutely incredible. So each thing does an individual, like, you know, each thing has an individual hitbox. So you can go to the Nether, you can go to Cave Game, Overworld, InfDev, Classic. Yeah, there's loads of them. And there's going to be more in the future, like I mentioned earlier. So then you can load your Chameleon cartridges. Now, I believe they've added an incredible, like, brand new... so here's your Chameleon cartridge right here. And this is your Chameleon panel. So then so there's a load of default ones that come with it. Obviously you've got your police box and stuff, all the standard stuff. So this comes with 5 different ones, although the police box actually has all the different doctors, which looks really, really, really cool. And then you've also got this, which is the template. So this is what changes what the TARDIS actually looks like. So you can build this and... oh, that's really, really cool. So it boots you out, and this is what the TARDIS actually looks like, by the way. Then as you go back in, yeah, suddenly you're in here. So this is very ominous. The biome is the Dalek mod's TARDIS, but it's very dark. And last time I had like a custom sky and stuff. I mean, I don't really mind. And then there's our old interior. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, this is how you get all your different interiors. It actually like regrows it all by itself. And then at the moment you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I believe. Yeah. Anyway, this is your fault locator. So this is where you can put your bottled Artron energy as fuel. Then this is basically where you do all the fancy flight TARDIS stuff. I don't really know how half this works, if I'm completely honest. I'll probably go more in depth as the updates come out and stuff, because obviously at the moment I'm skimming through all of the features as quickly as I possibly can. Anyway, then you've got this. You've got the standard sound and everything. Oh, and then you've got a load of TARDIS information on this monitor. That's very cool. So you've got TARDIS information, the previous location, and the flight information. So this is all the fluid link refill stuff. Obviously, this is very, very in-depth. It's very, very complicated. You've also got a Statenheim remote, which I'm going to assume works very similar to the TARDIS key. You've got a load of different types of rotors, which is particularly cool. They just a different color for every single tube rotor. I love that. Then you've got a load of different TARDIS blocks and roundels and all of that good stuff. Pretty sure almost every single one has a crafting recipe as well, which is absolutely insane. Yeah, because you can just use this roundel builder, which by the way also looks incredible. Right, so staying on the topic of TARDISes, you've also got some new dimensions that have been added in this update. So there's more to come. For example, Space and Skaro are 2 that have been mentioned to come in new updates, but for now you can travel to the Overworld, the Nether, and then you've also got some time travel. So you've got Cave Game, then you've got Minecraft Inf Dev, and Minecraft Classic, which is really, really cool. So we'll start with Cave Game. So if you select this dimension, then use your DMAT lever. Oh, and by the way, this actually has a fully functional time remaining TARDIS is in flight thing. That was something that was very, very buggy in the other version. Anyway, then you go out the door, and this is your Cave Game world. So I have been here before and dug around a little bit. Now, what I find ironic about this is just something about Cave Game itself. They've constructed this perfectly, but there's no caves anywhere in a game called Cave Game. That's what I found so funny about this. But yeah, so this is literally just an infinite world of old cobblestone and old grass. So we'll do Minecraft Classic next. So here we are in Minecraft Classic. Now, this is still a bit too early for me, I think. I think I started playing in about 1.7. So all of these are way too early to me, to be fair. But this is something I particularly remember about this. Everything's really, really bright. All the leaves and stuff are really bright. There's loads of flowers everywhere, but it's just red and yellow. And everything makes the same noise. So, like, breaking is very similar to walking on this dirt. Although, still no caves. And then you've got a very low cloud ceiling. Yeah, this is very, very cool. Now, I believe that's pretty much it for this one. It's just grass, stone, and trees. But you can kind of see how Minecraft sort of started to evolve. But then we've got Minecraft Inf Dev. So this adds water and stuff. Hey, that's cool. We've got like a little spawning platform for the TARDIS. I guess it does that when it lands on water. But anyway, this is where Minecraft really starts to look like how we know it today. Bit more better world generation. Everything's still very luminescent and still makes the old sounds and stuff. But you've got water, you've got beaches, and loads of other stuff. And I believe this is the version where infinite world generation came along, which is why it's called Inf Dev. So yeah, exploring around, there's a lot more stuff. You've got ores, but is there caves? Oh, you've got iron. But yes, oh, there's water lakes, but still no caves. Come on, surely they had caves by this point. I don't know if this is like recreated slightly differently or that's an actual thing. They genuinely didn't have caves in Minecraft for like quite a while. But yeah, so those are the 3 different planets that have been added. And then obviously you've got the Nether and the Overworld. And so that's pretty much where we're going to have to leave it with TARDISes. So there's a couple of extra items that I haven't been able to look at. So you've got your hologram. Now this is very similar to how it worked in the other version, but a lot more polished. So you can enter a username here. For example, I can enter my username, and then you can also choose if you want it to be solid. You can change the arm type to be the Alex one, and you can also lock it if you want so that nobody can change the name, I presume. I mean, I guess that's how that works. I don't really know how the lock thing works. But yeah, so these are just some random features I missed, by the way. It's not in any sort of order. Then you've got the lamppost, which is a really nice decorational block. This texture is so much better than the other one we had in 1.12. And yeah, the collision is actually good. So you could before just fly through this. It was a model. Whereas I believe now it's a proper texture, maybe apart from the top bit. Then you've got a storage vault. I guess this works kind of like a chest. Oh, that's clever. Do you need to like power it with a redstone block or something? Oh, that's really, really cool. So you can't access it unless it's got power. That's very, very clever. Then you've got Nitro 9. And I'm going to assume this is going to hurt. But here we go. Oh, wow. That's a significantly bigger explosion than I was thinking. Wow, this stuff is lethal. Then you've also got the explosive device. And yeah, that lights just with a right click as well, and it's very similar to Nitro 9, and yeah, it does a pretty decent explosion as well. Then you've got the engineering table. I did look at this earlier before I like recorded this bit. I'm not sure what this is for, if I'm completely honest. You might have to tell me in the comments. Then you've also got 2 statues, the Weeping Angel statue to scare your friends into thinking there's a Weeping Angel, and you've also got the Swood statue, which was also in 1.12. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this review. I'm really sorry if I've missed any key features. I've kind of just tried to do as many as I can, but I have had to skip over a few so the video isn't too long and it's still enjoyable to watch. So I'm going to have lots of videos coming out in Dalek Mod 1.16 in the future, so look out for them. I might even do some tutorials and stuff. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like or comment, and if you'd like to see more content like this, then please subscribe. But I've been DT10 and I will see you in the next video.